Here we are at another video, and we need to come up with an idea for our shirt. I call it t-shirt inspiration. Some people call it t-shirt research. So kind of depends on whatever you want to say, but we need to be looking at shirts. We need to be looking at winning shirts to help us design our own winning shirts. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll jump into it. So the first thing I'm going to say is don't violate copyright or trademark, and review that video if you would. So through this entire process, you should not be thinking, oh, how do I, copy something? You should be thinking, how do I get inspired by this design? Could I use it in another niche? Could I tweak the phrasing and the graphics and bring it to my fans that I know, my niches that I work in? That's what you should be thinking. So first we can start with a little site called Google. You can put in whatever your niche name is, so pit bulls, guns, you name it, and then t-shirt. Or another variation is funny, whatever your niche is called, t-shirt. This will bring up a ton of different sites. You can also go through the different images, so Google Image, and look at numerous shirts to hopefully give you ideas that you can riff off of for slogans or layouts, or I like how this font has this spatter or whatever, but turn it into a highly visual search engine for yourself. Now there's three other, and we'll get to some more, but three other sources that really focus on Teespring only. And you want to look at these sources to get an idea of trends that are going on. But I'm telling you, the gold in all of this is when you're looking at the outside world. If you focus back on what people are doing on Teespring over and over and over and over again, it kind of gets inbred at a certain point, and there has to be new ideas injected into the shirt community. So it might as well be you. And when someone sees something new and fresh, usually those are the big winners, right? So there's three sites we'll go check out right now. TView is kind of the slang name, even though it's on Fatagraph.com. And Teescover, this as near as I can tell is a defunct site, but this URL still works. We'll go take a look at it. And then Pinterest. And Pinterest is an interesting source because the shirts that show up on Pinterest, someone had to take an extra action to pin that shirt's image onto Pinterest. So it's a crowd or user developed type of site or look. Okay, so here's TView. These first two sites pretty much work the same way, where you can put in a keyword here. You can do best selling by numbers, ratio, only active ones, only goal reached. And what this site is doing is going out and finding, well, it says it right here, via Google and tweets, it's finding different t-shirt campaigns that are out there and scraping them together. So these are all just the newest ones that it's found, but feel free to play with all these different settings, and you could probably, dial into kind of the type of shirts or the niche that you work in. You'll see there's some very boring people. I mean, look at these first three. I don't even know what they're doing with that. But hey, whatever. You can also have an account here. So if you do not want your shirts to show up, you can set up an account and then basically internally block them so they never show up in any of these search results over here. Okay, the next one we're going to take a look at is Teescover. And you can go to the root level. I really don't know what's going on with this site, but still this URL works. Very similar. You can search by name, so the keyword or the niche that you work in, active, inactive, or both, number of tees sold, and how many you want to show per page. So you can scroll down and check out, again, whatever works for you. At any time, if you wanted to open the actual Teespring link on both of these first two sites, there'll be a link there where you can open it and go take a look at it. Now Pinterest, this is the kind of interesting one, and use this very specific URL up here. You can also put in whatever you want in the search string. So say you always work, here's a Pitbull one, you could always just punch in Pitbull or Pitbull shirts into Pinterest and see what pulls up. But this URL in particular is going to focus on pins that have Teespring in the actual link that goes outward. So here they are. You can scroll through it. Again, you want it highly visual. You want to be able, you're looking for things like the layout, or oh, it's unique, they used all these little words to make up the heart, or whatever it is. You're looking for that type of inspiration. You're not looking to copy. Hopefully I'm getting that through. All right, the golden nugget right here. I'm going to say it again, don't violate. The Holy Grail are Facebook groups. If you work in a niche and join a bunch of those Facebook groups, I'm not talking pages, I'm talking Facebook groups. You can also do pages if you want, but Facebook groups, those people post memes and photographs and slogans and jokes and images of themselves, and they just go on and on and on, bantering back and forth. While they're doing that, you should just be sitting there learning their language, learning their jokes, learning what images get them really going. And every time I see a meme or a joke, I think, how can I turn this into a t-shirt? And to me, this is a spring of inspiration and idea after idea after idea that you can basically never saturate, as long as the group or the niche that you choose goes on and on and on forever. So there's a giant tip for you. I've told tons of people this, very few people do it, but I tell you what, it's exactly where my ideas come from. And people love it. You can just tell if the shirt's going to work or not by how far that meme went. Did it have a lot of likes and comments and shares? Somehow turn that phrase with some graphics and make it cool and turn it into a shirt. Odds are you've really upped your chances for success. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions at all, feel free to contact Teespring and they'll help you out. Thanks.